Everyone applauds this moment, the cape straight, the smile rehearsed, and that's exactly where something rotten finally settles in. This is where he realizes applause works better than restraint, and fear is easier to manage than love ever was. You can feel it click quietly when the crowd doesn't flinch, and neither does he anymore. Season 3, Vought Tower lights blazing, cameras ready, America's favorite hero framed exactly how the brand wants him. The speeches are clean, the suit pristine, the narrative controlled down to syllables and angles. Canon calls this confidence, recovery, a man reclaiming his place after instability and doubt. But the setting matters. Corporate glass, handlers watching monitors, power measured in ratings, not consequences. This isn't a battlefield or a rescue, it's a stage built to forgive anything said convincingly. Here's the truth the show never whispers softly enough. His power was never earned through sacrifice. Violence never disqualified him. It promoted him every time it was packaged correctly. Saving people was optional. Being untouchable was always the real objective. Morality was never part of the job description, just something the marketing implied for comfort. On rewatch, notice how the smile doesn't reach his eyes during the applause. This isn't confidence settling in, this is entitlement realizing it has no ceiling. Watch how he pauses, not to reflect, but to enjoy the silence bending toward him. The crowd noise doesn't ground him, it confirms something he suspected since childhood. Protection was never the point, obedience was, and now it's freely given. Every cheer teaches him restraint is unnecessary when admiration absorbs the damage. This is where accountability quietly exits the room and no one notices. Because nothing bad happens here, and that's exactly why everything gets worse.
After this, lines are crossed faster because nothing pushes back and nothing ever will. Private cruelty stops hiding because the public keeps clapping through it anyway. You see it in Season 4 rallies. Faces lifted, rage mirrored back at him without shame. Vought stops steering, they start following, adjusting scripts to match whatever he feels like saying next. This isn't loss of control, it's discovery. Realizing consequences only exist for other people. Watch how he looks at crowds now, not as lives, but as proof he's right. Every unchecked moment teaches him restraint is weakness dressed up as virtue. There's no breaking point later because it already happened here, unnoticed and rewarded. The violence escalates because escalation works, because fear pulls better than mercy ever did. This guarantees more blood, not by accident, but by design and applause. The hero they sell keeps smiling, while the person underneath stops pretending anyone matters. Canon frames him as unstable, but this is stability, a system finally aligning around him. What you're watching isn't a fall, it's a landing, solid and supported. That's why hope doesn't die loudly in this story, it just stops showing up. No rescue is coming because the costume is doing its job perfectly. So ask yourself why this moment felt acceptable when you first saw it. Ask why comfort mattered more than consequence, and why silence felt easier than resistance. Because this world doesn't reward goodness, it rewards compliance dressed as admiration. And once you see that, you understand he didn't lose his humanity alone. He lost it with an audience that decided power was worth the price.